TakuyaSugi here with another premium on Korean Lost Saga. This time we have Platinum the Trinity from Blazblue. Very confusing kind of character to explain, but I shall do my best. And please don't mind the feminine look on the male counterpart to the character. It's intended to be female, obviously. But yeah, it's equal rice day, so whatever. 4-hit basic, fourth hit launches, and third hit kind of nudges back a little bit. So nothing overall too special about the basic attacks here. Just 4 hits, pretty fair damage, nothing crazy. Nice for getting juggles going. And so now we move on to the passive. Passive is incredibly hard to explain, but I'll do my best. So right now my staff has a green orb in it, and I have a 3-bar passive, which ticks down, doesn't recharge, and we're going to do our half D. This is going to be a half D here. It's a little faint, so that'll allow you to do your juggles and such. And for the air version of your half D, it's like a little slam down. And this is with the green orb. So the green orb has its own moves. So if you do a full hold D on the green orb, it's just going to launch like a little paddle up in the air, and you'll go down to 0 automatically if you do that from 3 bars. So I switched right there. So if you switch to this character, you get your passive back, but it always starts on the green orb. And so you can see the hold D actually faints if you actually connect with it, but you lose all 3 bars of the passive on the green. But if you hold D again and don't swap, you'll change the color of your orb on your staff. You can see now it is blue. So we will have different effects for each color of these orbs. I believe there's like 5 of them. We'll see. So we got 2 so far. This is the blue. So half D for the blue is a little bounce down. It hits grounded, and it does guard break from standing. It doesn't guard break in the air. Here's the air version. Air version is just a little knockback. So, and obviously I couldn't do the full hold D because I showed the air and ground and standing. But yeah, let me go ahead and reset this passive and go back to blue. So if you want to get to blue fast, you just hold D and then hold D again for the blue. And the 3 version for hold D for the blue is just, you know, another mallet throw, just like the green. But there's different versions. So moving on. Now we're on yellow. So yellow is a bit simple. It's pretty much like a little dumpling kind of throw. I don't know what exactly that is, but you can do this in air. The air version, curiously enough, doesn't guard break, but the ground version does, and the hold D version does as well. And that hold D version will throw out 3 even if you only have 1 bar of your passive. So next one is your orange. I believe that's 4 so far, right? If I lost count. So orange is pretty simple. It's a little knockback, but this does guard break, so it's not too bad considering. And it does do fair damage, and you also have an air version. Bam, it knocks back on the air version, but it doesn't guard break on the air version. So rather than like go all around again, it just throws a mallet up with the hold D for, you know, expending the passive. So now we're on the red. On red, I believe that's 5 now, right? So maybe there is 6. We'll have to recount. So now we have red. Red is pretty much like a Smile Joker smash down, and it does do it from the air as well, but it's kind of more underneath them, if that makes any sense. And for the whole D version of this, again, it's another mallet throw, and that does guard break, and it does hit ground, and you can do it over and over as long as you got the 3 bars of your passive. So next one, and I believe this is the final one. It's the teal one. And this one is probably, curiously enough, the worst one of all in my opinion. Here's the half D version. You know, it doesn't guard break or anything. Here's the air version, and here's the whole D version. Whole D version throws out 3, but none of those guard break, so it's not that handy. But you know, it's whatever. It's nice pressure. And once you do the whole D again, you switch back to your green, and that starts it all over again. So yeah, it's hard to explain that passive, but there's a lot of nice stuff about the passives. Green, you know, you might want to just spam the air version of the green, and you know, you can do some crazy stuff with the green air version, but it doesn't guard break, but you can get some nice combos and stuff out of it. Or you can get this feint if you're lucky, but it's blockable. With blue, you know, this guard breaks, resets your combos even, so just, you know, maybe do 1 or do 3 attacks and just keep going like so. And yellow, I mean, yellow's a waste of time in my opinion. Just skip yellow and just do that there, and then go to your little bat to potentially edge someone or get some easy damage in, chip damage. And your red, of course, is nice for easy 3-hit damage here, like so. So that's pretty nice. And of course, Teal, you know, you just want to throw it out, play keep away or so, you know, just hit someone with it. And yeah, that's about it with the passive, guys. So it's a mouthful, but we got through it, huh? We got through it. So let's move on and get to the other stuff. There's a lot of stuff on this character. Here's the dash attack. So dash attack, it's a little launcher, and you jump into the air with it. So for a follow-up with that, we're just going to show the jump attack off of this. You have a 3-hit jumper, and you can actually air dash into this, but you know, don't worry about air dashing into that. And with this jumper, you only get 3 versions of it, but versions, I don't know what I'm saying. You only get 3 hits to it, but you do extend the hits if you can hit your block button in between them. Your block button when you're jumping actually summons a little cat. Is that a cat? It looks like some kind of cat. But you can summon this temporarily, or you know, you can hold it just a second. It just depends on what you want to do with it. You can air dash and confuse people with it. But what you really want to do with that thing is just use it to extend your combos. You can only do it one time, but you'll get 6 hits out of that dash attack if you time it right. You just gotta put a little delay on that block to get the 3 additional hits. So moving on. Gosh, I'm losing my voice here. Moving on. So you've seen the jump attack from the air. It half faints, but there's no real good follow-up to that. Pretty much it just knocks down. It doesn't faint, so you're not getting much out of that. Unless you can get like 2, 3 in a row or so, you'll get a little damage. But overall, not too great for the jump attack. I believe that's it for the basics. I hope I didn't miss anything. So let's go ahead and do the skills, because there's no defensive skills on Platinum the Trinity, of course. It's an offensive character. So weapon skill, I haven't quite figured this one out too much. I know it does some kind of summon or something at the end of it, and it's hard for me to really figure out what that exactly does, but pretty much if you do it a couple times, you'll get a little stun out of it. I'm not sure if the orb is really affected or anything by this, but yeah, you'll get a stun out of it, and you can do some juggles and stuff off of that. And your armor, you charge up a little beam, and you do like a little knockback, and the max range is about right back here. You're just a little bit off screen, it'll hit. And you can actually use this in the air and float up and down in the air as well, kind of like a VMAX laser in a way, but just a little bit better than VMAX laser. And the effect does change with health. Pay attention to the armor icon as I'm killing myself. It's going to have to take low health in order to show it, but oh my gosh, this video is going to be insanely long, and you guys are probably sick of hearing me talk, but here we go. See, the icon changes here. It becomes a little bit more brighter. It pretty much adds, you get a little black glow around you when your health reaches real low, kind of like Ragna's weapon skill, but this is with the armor. And the armor adds a little bit more knockback and more hits to it when you're low health, so that's pretty much it to the armor. And your helmet, you put someone in a bubble. You can hit them as much as you like while they're in that bubble, and you can actually keep going with it, whatever attacks you're doing, and they'll gradually float up. So, but what you want to do with the bubble, you can use it in the air as well. You'll want to use it off your dash attack. Messed up there. So if you use it to extend your dasher, you'll get fall damage. I mean, your jump attack, excuse me. So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 3. I can't get another block out of it, but I will get fall damage. So that's what you do with the bubble, in my opinion. You'll use it in between those jump attacks to get fall damage. Otherwise, you can use it to, you know, just smash someone like this, and you know, do a juggle off of that. So it's okay. Whatever you want to do with it, it's okay, as long as you use it well. And your trinket, you dash forward a little bit and put someone in a heart, and it launches them up in the air. Pretty straightforward. I'm sure there's some subtle effects to these skills, but you know, it's hard for me to test that kind of stuff. And that doesn't hit grounded. It's pretty simple. Just rush forward and grab someone. And it might be AOE though, so let's check if it's AOE. Why not? Let's see if it's AOE. I can't really tell with that. Let's see if the bubble hits many people. Of course the armor will. Weapon skill, also a nice AoE. But yeah, it's going to be a really nice character. It's really complicated, really complex. It looks effeminate with the male version. But yeah, what I'd recommend with doing this character is trying to get this blue orb as much as you can. It's pretty simple getting it, actually. Let's see, it is like the second one, so that's pretty nice. So use that. You get that blue orb as much as you can, and you can do some crazy combos. We're gonna try a little one right here. You know, use my half D a couple times. Blew it. But yeah, I like that blue orb immensely. That can do some good stuff. And the yellow orb, useless in my opinion. Just good for AoE maybe with team fights. Orange, you know, it's a guard breaker. So guard breakers are always nice. And if you got someone near a ledge, I mean, that's an easy edge for you. And what's next? Oh shoot, I accidentally swapped. That's what you gotta be careful of. But yeah, if you want to put a little strategy in this character, you can actually, you know, keep that blue orb up by swapping back to your green pretty often. So yeah, complicated character, guys. So I'm not gonna do a complicated combo. I might work on one in my spare time. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for bearing with me, and we'll see you next time.